Star Wars Outlaws has some very deep open world aspects and a lot of new mechanics and things that are might overwhelm you at the start. And I want to try to make your life a lot easier as we do on this channel, trying to give you guys the best guides possible. And this is going to be an essential guide. So many, I did not put a number on it because it's too many different things that are going to help you along the way to get going in this game. And it's exciting. I did play this 2 weeks early, reviewed it, and playing through it again. And perfect time to give you guys a quick look into what to expect when it comes to gameplay, features, and so much more. A lot of different things. It should take you to that next level. So let's get into it. All right, we are Kay, and this is our ship. There's a lot to talk about with the ship, and a lot to talk about with Kay. We're gonna start off with Kay and talk about this game. It's a very stealth focus in the beginning, but then it gets into action and so much more. It's pretty intense. A lot of fun stuff, adventures to get into. I want to talk about a couple things that I already made videos for. One is my equipment loadouts, your abilities, and your reputation. They all tie together to give you the experience that you're going to play. But I'm going to dive a little deeper and also use them as references to help you along the way. First tip that I want to give is go to your settings. Okay, we're not going to go through all of these things, but just to break down on some of the settings, things that you can change. Like if you're having a hard time with reloading, this can pretty much make your life easier. Basically, auto perfect cooling, basically auto reload for you. And that's definitely a must if you just feel like, hey, man, I want to make it easy on myself. And to me, that's like the number one thing to put on short. And then there's other little details that I personally think, why not? Why not? That's going to be key. Throw that on there, and then we can get this party started. The first thing I want to talk about is just mechanically. Kay starts off with just a pistol. She doesn't have a lot of health, only 3 bars. And you got to be very slick. One of the key things is crouching, right? But did you know it's slide crouch, and it actually lets you shoot when you're doing that as well. So you can actually slide, crouch, shoot, shoot. You can really do some work like that. Or you can run towards an enemy while they're not looking at you before they turn around and just assassinate them. The finishers are very slow and long, and you can't break out of them. So it's better to do a running or a jumping assassination. Jumping is a little trickier, so you probably don't want to start off with that, but just run at them and do that assassination. It'll do a faster version than the longer ones. We're not going to get into a combat guide because I'm going to have one for you when it comes to that. That's key. Secondly, is your little baby Nyx is the best. Okay, just literally the best. You can basically use Nyx at all times. Send him over for no reason over here, over there, and basically make it so that he's gonna distract somebody and then give you that chance to attack. Personally, at the beginning, I would recommend don't even attack. Just get to your mission. Use them as a just decoy. Send them out, and you're good to go. I'm gonna have a guide for all that stuff, so that's why we're not gonna dive into it. These are basics. I want to get into some of the advanced stuff and really take you to that next level. Listen, this button right here, I don't know what it is for your controller. I'm on the PlayStation 5. It's the D-pad to the left. Hold it. I can throw a grenade if I wanted to. Gonna waste it, but it's fine. I could throw my smokes, which allows me to get away from trouble or let me hurt some enemies, do whatever I have to do, depending on the scenario. Use this often, okay? This is something you can forget. I forgot about it on my original playthrough, and now that I'm back again, I actually know better. Okay, that's key. And then we're gonna get into the R1. Once I hit aim and I press R1, this is a stun. So if somebody spots you, you just pop up with that. It's gonna shut them down. You have a good window, but we're not gonna get into the window and all of that stuff. I'm gonna get into some cool things that are very key. Okay, this is navigating through the world and how to do this properly. First and foremost, there's fast travel points that you can unlock in certain areas. You can see right here, there's one that's locked. This is another one that's locked, but I have this one here, and I have these I can fast travel to, but I have to get there in order to unlock them. So if you see something on the map that's blinking like this, you want to get to it so you can unlock it. As long as it's unlocked, you're good to go, and you can go back to it at any time. And I do want to showcase a couple of navigation skills. You hit L2 on the PlayStation. I'm not sure what button it is on PC. Well, in here, you can go through your main mission. You can go to side missions. Intel is very important because it's going to give you certain things that you really want. And then you're able to just navigate to specific elements and people and things that you might need. For example, fast travel points. This is key. All the fast travel points, I can just go right to them. Okay. Then you have the opportunities, where there's a lot of good opportunities out there for me to level up my reputation with somebody. Then, of course, miscellaneous, super random stuff. But it's very important to check the vendors and the contractors consistently. Stop your missions. Don't rush through the story. You can get your reputation higher with these guys. And a little pro tip, if you didn't know, I tested this out thoroughly. When you see one of these where you have a bad reputation, you're not allowed in, you can still talk to the broker. If you sneak up in there and nobody sees you and you get to the broker, you can still go in there and try to buy a couple of things. Now, you need your reputation higher to buy the best things in there, but you can still do it if you needed something that he had. So that's key, to go to the contractors slash brokers and then go to the vendors, that they're everywhere, where they're selling armor, they're selling gear, they're selling specific parts that you need to craft something important, whether it's upgrading your ship, your speeder, or your weapons, all of that. It's going to be right here with these guys. So stop by anytime you see them. And I basically have been through all of them. Another pro tip when it comes to navigating, I can hit the R1 button, and now I'm in Kashimi. Okay. And it's the same setup. All of the different elements of whatever I need, it's going to be here. If I'm looking for merch, I need a smuggler. Here he is. Okay. And then I can go to any planet and basically do the same thing and find the vendors or find whatever it is that I'm looking for. So being able to do that is very critical. And then if you find something you like, you can literally just look for a fast travel point, hit it, and then head over there instead of having to get in your ship, go to space, and go through all of that back and forth. You can do it pretty easily through the fast travel. But again, this is why fast traveling and unlocking everything when you can. If I came here and did a mission and it was only to here, I would not be able to fast travel up here to get to these things fast when I need to. After 20 hours, you don't want to have to walk everywhere. Being able to fast travel is going to make your life a lot easier. Speaking of a lot easier, these intel spots are going to get you top tier things that you're going to want. So make sure you take the time to do them. Now we're going to jump into more menu stuff. We're not going to go to the top one because that's the story. But right here is the intel stuff that we were just talking about. You're going to find the best possible things you need. And then this is the expert intels, where you're going to unlock more stuff with them. The experts are very critical. We'll talk about that in a second. But super key in here for you to find a specific item. Let's just say I needed one of these burst injector. I definitely do it, by the way. So I'm going to go over here and grab that. And I know where to go. I'm going to hit here, and then I'll just mark it. And then I'll look for the fast travel point closest to me. And as you can see, I pretty much did that for the whole map on all of them. So I'm able to jump in through here and lock my way through. Okay. So do the same thing for yourself, and you should be fine. Have no trouble when it comes to finding where you need to go, what you need to do going forward. I want to take a moment, and I'm not going to stay too long on here, but these reputation system is critical. You get it very high. Missions are so easy because they let you walk right into their bases. You can ruin the relationship if you get caught doing something bad, like killing them or stealing. But overall, you could just walk right in if you have it high enough. You can see Shiga, I can go in here anytime and not have no trouble. And I max it out. I get the rewards as well. which I have a video breaking all this stuff down, but that's critical for you to get started and get the ball rolling. If you want to max out as many as you can stop playing the main story and jump to the side missions and the contracts that they will give you. Okay. And that goes because of these guys, the brokers. They're going to give you a lot of opportunity. You're going to take advantage of it, handle it. And then also, these merchants actually have special items that you can only get if you're maxed out. So, for example, being an excellent, I can go to these guys and they're going to have specific items that I couldn't get anywhere else unless I was excellent with them. Okay. And that is the core essence of when it comes to your reputation and one of the reasons you want to do it. And that also ties into your loadout. You know, we talked about this, but all of these right here with the loadout video, I talked about how you can get these from the clans and the story. And then even in the open world, there'll be some that will unlock just from side missions or random things that you can do. And I'm not going to go through that. That'll be a long video to give you every single one, but it's definitely doable. And then for the experts, I don't want to go in here too much. A little bit of a character cameo in here, but this character you get right away. So we've seen him in the trailers, and you're able to unlock all these abilities, and they're going to buff your health. They're going to buff your stamina. I mean, your EPS or stealthiness. And you can see I get extra health with him, something I unlocked right away. And they're pretty easy to do. It'll tell you the requirements on them and you just follow along. So every once in a while, click on one and unlock it. Okay, for example, I have her. I want to get these pouches to be able to have more med kits and grenades, and that'll be very cool. All I need to do is get 2 more leather, and then I have this unlocked. Okay, and actually, you can go to a merch right now and buy it. I have enough currency to do so. So that's super critical. And there's plenty of that type of thing for you to do when you play this game. I want to take a moment and just talk about the combination of slowing down and letting Nyx do some stuff for you, right? If he distracts the enemy, you want to take your time. It's a little bit clumsy with the way you're targeting things. So I personally tell you guys, take it extra slow when you're doing stealth. And we're going to get into the combat just very shortly here. Don't waste all your points because you got 3 different options for each weapon. You don't have to pick one place out. I've been doing rapid. I just like the ability to shoot a lot. But this heavy is pretty powerful. I kind of like it. It's a little slower, but again, the stun ability is nice when you do them headshots. So it's one of those things where you want to test them out and go for it. I'm on my 2nd run and basically trying some different things this time around. So the same thing with the ion blaster. There's some different versions that can basically help you or help you play differently depending on what you want to do. See, this is a burst fire, which is okay, but personally I like the big blast because it could take out big enemies and it also shuts down shields and things like that. So it's super nice. And then for the one and the only, this is the newest one that you'll get later on in the game, and you're able to blast through everything and do some heavy duty damage. This is precision strike pulse. I like it, but there's plenty of other ways depending on what you feel or you like best. Do what you feel, but this is going to be a critical thing. Don't waste all your points until you see which ones you like and go from there. That's that. It's the same thing with your ship and your speeder. You can upgrade them, max them out at the mechanics locations, and they'll let you buff up certain things. I put up my shield on this ship because there are a lot of battles that you'll have in space. If you really wanted to be in space a lot, you can do all the side missions and all the extra stuff. There are story missions that are tied to it, but those are fun and interesting and very cool. For me, I love it. Okay? Now I want to take time to showcase this blast again that I was talking about earlier. I'm gonna do it once. You only get one, but you want to use it in those heat of the moments. And this is where all the other things like these grenades, being able to pop your smoke, and now you back away, slide into some cover, and then basically reset your playthrough if you really were trying to handle that. And so this is more or less some of the regular breakdowns on things. Just want to showcase some of the upgrades for the speeder and things that you might look forward to doing. I absolutely love the speeder. It's really fun and really easy to maneuver. And then the ship, again, I worked on defense. I put this up to the max. Pretty much don't die anymore on this ship. Probably gonna max out the shields and then make sure my weapons are also all maxed out. Yes, it's fun. So fun stuff, fun play styles, and this does play a role in the game, and it's a big deal. So much more. I do have another tips and tricks guide where I'm going to be talking about combat and the actual gameplay stuff to help you really hone in on what to do. Hope you guys are enjoying these because I did play through the full game and enjoyed myself, but I wanted to give y'all an easier time. So enjoy it. Right now, the essentials tip should pop up and the new gameplay combat guide should be popping up to help you get better. Right? See you there. Peace.